Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody that has both. Yeah, I know I'm committing the sin of wearing the t-shirt, same 2 videos in a row. And I'm generally a mess right now, by the way. I don't care, I just came up with a video idea, and sometimes you've got to do these things now before you come up with a reason not to. This is why I think I might have ADHD, but it's another video. Never mind. I'm already off topic, aren't I? So, some of you might have noticed and have questions about, I don't know if anyone cares, about the fact that before Christmas, this is now April, but before Christmas, I started releasing a sort of Living with BPD course on Patreon and on the members area here. And my intention was to do like a part a month, and I've only missed the last 6 months. That kind of thing. Why? All sorts of reasons, but the topic of today's video is actually the reason why. Okay? Not by means of making excuse. That's not what this is. This is sort of I need to tell you the sort of psychological things that are going on behind the scenes, because it's a sort of revelation to me. I'm grandiose narcissisting it. Something like that. That's what I'm doing. In my head, right now, in the planning stages of part 2 of this course, it's now something like a $380 million blockbuster production. Every time I think about it, it gets bigger, it gets more complicated, it requires things I can't do, stuff I don't have, all kinds of things like that. And consequently, I have stalled because I'm trying to make it bigger than it should be. Right? Videos of this, right? This is easy. I'm doing this right now. I just turned on the camera and the app and hit record, and here we are, right? This is easy. And I'm talking about self-care. That's my plan. I know my subject. I've got it all ready to go. But how I'm presenting that somehow is not ever good enough. There's always a way. It could be bigger, a way. It could be better, a way. I want to do something more spectacular. Because I can't just say, that'll do. Shoot for what you can hit. You know? Do something reasonable. We're expecting doable. That's what I need to plan. Doable. That's the most important part of any plan, right? You've got to be able to do it. And I just blow things out of proportion. And so it stalls me, because I can't do my Avengers level guide to self-care for BPD. Bit unnecessary, isn't it, don't you think? Bit over the top. Should we get Robert Downey Jr. in? Who's playing the blanket of sadness? People like Pedro Pascal at the moment, don't they? Anyway. As the blanket of sadness in Living with BPD Part 2, self-care. Take a shower. There you go. I'm starting. I know where it starts. And yet, yeah. So I don't know what else to say about that, other than now I know I'm doing it. And I've been doing it. This is a good example of, again, even after therapy, say it with me, even after therapy, there are behaviors that take me a while to notice. Right? And this grandiose dreaming, this shoot for the moon stuff is, for me, one of the harder things to get out of, because it just sort of happens. It's difficult to explain. It's just the way my mind works. It gets bigger and bigger, and the word doable goes out the window, and I end up stuck. And then there's panic and anxiety that come with that sort of don't help either, but that's another thing. And so it's like a lot of the narcissistic behaviors in terms of getting over them. You have to realize you're doing them, right? I mean, how can you make adjustments if you don't know you're doing anything wrong? The story of MPD. And so you have to be able to just catch yourself in that moment of, oh God, I'm doing it again. You know, this is one of my Michael Scott moments. My favorite BPD MPD character of all time, by the way. Go and watch The Office. And Michael Scott. Anyway. You see my point. I need to tone it down. I need to just relax, chill. That's easy to do once I've spotted it. And given that it's something that has been a repeated pattern of behavior for decades, I can really roll my eyes at it and go, oh, I'm doing it again. I know I'm doing it. Of course I'm doing it. This is one of my things. This is one of my main markers of MPD, is this grandiose dreaming, this stuff. Got to shoot for the moon. Got to do everything big. You know, everything's amazing, even though it doesn't need to be. Doesn't need to be, you know. Good enough is good enough. If it's the difference between putting something out and not. Great artists ship, someone once said. And so that's it. So you can't spend all your time making things perfect in your head to a point where you can't even do it. That makes no sense, but I do it all the time. Anyway, I think I've exhausted this. I think you know what I'm doing now. Hopefully I can get over it and make part 2 of that thing. Go and watch part 1 if you haven't. It's on Patreon and YouTube. Anyway, you take care. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.